What is up, you guys? It's your boy Vexies, and today I'm finna tell you guys all the new things that I noticed that are in Gears 5 and that you probably will notice in the tech test and should look out for. So to get this started, I'm gonna start with the thing that people usually want to know more or most out of everything else, and that's how the shotty plays out. So the Thresher has a different blind fire that you guys will notice when you're testing it out a little bit. What they did is they removed 2 pellets from the bottom of the spread and put them towards the top. I also believe they added one more that was towards the center top, and that's to make it have a more even spread towards the top, and you can get those good old damage shots out from your blind fires as well. That also makes it like a little bit more like center screened, since those 2 are lower. I mean, they're not like as low anymore, they're more so towards the top now. So the blind fire is a little higher up, and you guys will notice that when you're shooting, and it's a little hard to get used to, especially if you're like a fast player. You just notice it off rip. So the next thing I want to say is that there's no aim assist at all in competitive. Whether it's the little slight aim assist you guys notice that are in core, or the slight aim assist that you notice that are competitive in Gears 4, there's none of that at all, and you will notice that as well because it's a little bit harder to hit your shots. And I believe this only goes for the Escalation 2.0 game mode. The chunks are very different, and they're like a little hard to get used to. Like, you can hold your shot a little bit, but that meta is now going away with all the damage that's going on with the shotgun and the LTs and blind fires now. So you won't see people like holding the shot as much. But to back what I said, the chunks are a little bit different. You'll notice yourself getting some very high percentages if you're trying to play like how Gears 4 was played. Like, honestly, I got 99 and 1 a few times, 98 and 1, 97 and 1, and that was just from holding my shot a little bit too much. And this, I would recommend you guys to stop trying to hold your shot so much, even though there are some moments where you can, but it's not like how the game is supposed to be played out as much. It's not like Gears 4 that much. Next, the wraparound shot is pretty different. It's more so OP than it is like bad, because since the sliding is slower, like you get to wrap around like the cover easier, and the full spread mainly goes all the way around the wall, and it's like as if somebody like just point blanked you with the shotty on the other side of the wall. You don't have to worry about your shot hitting the wall that much anymore. Next, reaction shot has become a little bit harder. It's a little bit harder to aim your reaction shots as the game slows you down on how you can whip your screen while going around the corner. So what you want to do in that case is either blind fire reaction shots, because that's very smooth, or you want to pop shot them. But if you do hold an LT while like reaction shot, like I did sometimes in Gears 4, it's not gonna work as much because you cannot move the target. You cannot move the fucking LT that much. So next thing that is very different, and actually what you guys will actually have to adjust to a lot more, is the new thing with the 6 shots in the Thresher. And also, to add on to this, you get no damage boost anymore out of the active reloads, and this makes the game a lot more like consistent when it comes to the shotty. So with these 6 shots, you now the active reload has a different like effectiveness. Either you hit the perfect active reload and you get 6 shots in your entire clip, or you hit half of it and you get 3, and you have to do it again to get 3 more. Okay? Or you just hit it one time and get 6, and you'll be fine. But you will notice this time being some engagements where you will have to reload, because that -2 shots actually makes a very big difference, you guys. You probably don't think it does, but it really does. But the thing with the actives now is that there's no longer that old timing of the shotgun that was in every other Gears of War, where it's like 2 clicks, it's like click, you know what I mean? That is very fast, and you just get the active like off rip. The active, it takes a little bit longer now to get it. Alright, because it's just a new thing. Like, every single gun has the same active reload timer. And you guys will notice that when you're playing the game as well. Next, the Lancer. The Lancer is stronger, like it's sort of like core, but it's not as strong. Now it has recoil that balances out its strength, so it's not just OP. And the new thing I noticed with the recoil, is that it's better to burst fire the new Lancer. Okay, it feels actually very smooth, and that those new hit markers make it feel a lot better with the new reticle and everything. So I believe that you guys should just burst fire your Lancer, and you will notice it be at its top effectiveness. Next, the movement. It has a slower Gears of War 2 type feel, even though it's not as slow as Gears 2, you can notice that like the slide speed and the canceling is more so like Gears 2 was. And it's like sort of as if like Gears 4 and Gears 2 had a baby. It's very like mixed up between those two things. And the next thing is that Alt is not as OP anymore. Alt is alternate. It's the control scheme, if you guys didn't really know, which I believe you guys all should know at this time, is that it's not as OP anymore. Like you won't really get beat to spots because usually what people used to do to beat you to spots is hold down their X button and spam A because it will grab to the wall no matter if they're holding down X or not. And now what they did is if you hold X and spam A, your character stops running. He starts going to the animation of walking to get to that wall instead of running towards it. Bouncing takes a little bit to get used to. You will misroll a lot more, and I believe that is because the new Omen, you can't really see that like the walls where they are as much outside of your screen because the new Omen like it like sucks into the middle of your screen sort of. Even though that new Omen is not bad at all. Like I'm gonna say that to you guys right now, so I mention it anyway. I actually got very used to it. It sort of feels like Call of Duty or any other like shooter because like you just kind of used to like when you're hurt, your screen is more red on the outside, and it makes it better to use these new rifles with their new reticles and stuff because you're able to still have a good line of sight when aiming in. Next, the characters feel like heavier. Like I said, you'll misroll a lot more, and you'll notice this off the beginning because it's not as light as Gears of War felt with the characters. And it's actually a very good feeling, all right, because it makes it like it slows down the game a lot, even though the game's not too slow where it's too different, you know. It's like the perfect little middle. And some new things that are just like random little features that I noticed in the game were blood sprays. That's like when you kill somebody on the ground, it's not like default sprays anymore. You can add like new sprays to it. The marks, they also have different customization as well. Like when you mark somebody, it doesn't have to be the same little circle. You can put like a little clover there, a heart or a diamond or something like that. You know what I mean? To change the marks and the color as well. It's like an orangish or it's like a bluish. Knifing, which you guys I'm pretty sure have seen a lot already. Knifing it's fast, but it's not too fast where you can two-piece out of it. But it's very, very, very effective. Like that's one of the tips I'm gonna give you guys like very heavily when you guys start playing this game. If you shoot somebody, you could try to get a knife off because the knifing it has a lunge to it where it like auto locks to the person that's near you, so you get that shot punch feel that you wouldn't be before. But it's not too OP because you probably won't notice people do that a lot until like later into the game where it becomes the new meta. They might end up like reducing it because it does do 50% damage, but they might reduce the speed on it instead of the damage on it though. So I feel like you guys should look out for that and try that out when you guys start playing the game. Next, the flashbangs are heavy. Like, and you must be very, very accurate when you throw them. They don't feel like the traditional smoke grenade, like how you can throw it very far. They feel a lot heavier, like they throw slower as well. It's kind of weird, but you got to be real accurate with them, or they won't really be that effective. Depending on how close you are, it depends. Makes like the person that you're flashing, it changes how long they're stunned, or if they can't see on the screen, or if they're just stunned. You feel me? So you'll notice that as well. And other thing is that the smokes are useful, but you probably won't see people use them as much, to be honest, because the flashes have sort of that same effect. Where if you throw a good flash, their screen is still blocked off, you know. So they have like sort of like a little bit of OPness, but it's not as much. Next thing that you guys should look out for that you guys probably will like is the new system of stats where EKA is now added. They are now called elims, but usually if you down somebody, well, not usually, every single time, if you down somebody and your teammate takes your kill, you and your teammate that took your kill will now both be given a kill for it. That's what EKA is, like assist is a kill now. So you guys can look out for that as well. I feel like it makes the stats like a little bit more smooth, and people used to have a problem with everybody taking their kills in like a rank match or something like that, and now that will be taken off, you know, and those support players will now have better stats and be not looked so down upon because their stat line is lower. Another thing that I noticed as well is this new tour of duty system. It's like the new like way that you can see your challenges. It gives you an incentive to play the game more, you know. So it's like how to see your challenges, what you can unlock from completing those challenges, and stuff like that. It's like very, very, very nice, to be honest. And that's basically it for this video, guys. If you guys have any questions about Gears 5, I will make sure I can answer them, but just make sure you comment below, and I will make another video of this when I notice that there's like some things that I forgot to add in or something, because it's pretty sure it's not everything that's in the game. Okay, you guys will notice even more when you play this tech test this Friday, and I hope you guys enjoy it, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys can, it really helps out like a lot if you guys subscribe, comment, and like the video. and turn notifications on if you message your boy like that. And I will see you guys later. Appreciate you guys coming through.